Hello, my name is Joey. Welcome back to Joey Happy Place. Listen. Do you hear that crunch? Today we're gonna make 流沙菠蘿包 custard pineapple bun. It had pineapple in the name, but have no pineapple inside. Isn't that crazy? Look inside. The custard is made with salted egg yolk. It's super delicious. You gotta try this. It's super paired perfectly well with the Hong Kong milk tea or coffee. I can't wait to show you guys. It's super delicious, super crunchy. Let's get started. The first step is making Tangzhong. As I say from the last video, Tangzhong requires in a lot of Asian bread recipe. And this time we're going to require a quarter cup of bread flour, 125 milliliter of milk, turn it in medium heat. Stir the flour and the milk together so the flour can dissolve into the milk before it's heated. After you're done, refrigerate it for 6 hours. Last prepared our salted egg yolk custard. It's one of my favorite custards. Salted egg yolk is so savory. It's like you cannot go wrong with it. It have a acquiry smell, but trust me, it's delicious. It goes well with a lot of dessert and like salted food. If you like the custard to be more silky smooth, you can run it through the strainer, but I like the texture of the, like little chunks because I really love salted egg yolk. Add a butter, condensed milk, cream, and milk powder. Mix it into like a smoothie kind of a paste. Then freeze it for 1 hour. It will become like an ice cream texture. Then you want to scoop it into the balls and freeze it overnight. You want this to be really hardened, so it's easier for you to put it into the buns. Right now is our brand new day. So let's get started to make our bread. So 2 cups of bread flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoon of instant yeast, a quarter cup of sugar. If you don't have bread flour, you can actually use all-purpose flour. I tried to make it, and the bread kind of softer. It doesn't have dense as the bread flour, but it's still delicious. So we put our cream, milk, and egg mixture into the dough right now and keep kneading it. Then we'll put the Tangzhong that in the refrigerator for like overnight, and we keep mixing it. It's always look like a struggle when I'm like mixing the dough together. I do own standard mixer. I'm just too lazy to take it out from the basement, but it's okay. I just use it like a workout. So our purpose right now is try to knead all those dry pieces into the dough and become one giant ball. Now we're gonna put our unsalted butter into our dough. I separate the butter into like 2 different timelines. You don't need to do that. I was just trying to see, is there any difference if I separate the butter? It makes no difference. So you don't need to waste your time. Just put all 1.5 tablespoons of butter into the dough right away and keep kneading it. So you just need to do it once. So now I keep kneading it. I know my dough look like an alien, but after a while, your dough will look so smooth and soft. And for me, see, I need to put like the rest of the half a tablespoon of butter in it and knead it again. That's like ridiculous. It's stupid. Please don't be like me. Now our dough is done, so we're gonna put it into the greased up bowl and cover it. Wait for 1 hour. See you later. In the meantime, we're not gonna take a nap like last time. We need to make our crust. So 1 egg, half a cup of sugar, 75 milliliter of melted butter, 1 cup of bread flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda. Just mix everything together, combine everything smoothly. 流沙菠蘿包 custard pineapple bun is one of my favorite dessert. I love it so much. It's so tasty. It's full of memories for me. And I just wanted to make it and eat it again. But especially right now we're in quarantine, we can't even get it anywhere. So now I just need to make it myself. Okay, after you mix all the ingredients together, then you want to use your hand or anything to knead this until it's all smooth paste. Then you want to put it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Our dough is done. So after an hour, it's super soft, and of course I need to make a smiley face for it. We're gonna knead this one more time until it's soft and smooth. For this recipe is enough for 6 pineapple bun. If you care about how it looks, you want your pineapple bun to look uniform, you can actually put on the scale and divide it by 6 and there your bun. For me, I like my buns all free-handed, so it have its own characteristic. Now we're going to make every single one of them into little balls. For us to be able to put the salted egg yolk custard into the dough, we need to knead the dough into a little bowl using our thumbs and the 4-layer finger to hold the shape. Then we're going to put the salted egg yolk custard into the dough. You want to make sure that the bowl is big enough so you can fit the whole thing in it. The reason why is because if the melted salted egg yolk touched the outer layer of the dough, it would not be able to stick together. So that's why I wanted you guys to froze it overnight. It's just easier that way. And if you have holes in your bun, then all those yumminess will just leak out. It's such a waste. So pat it down. You make sure it's nice and secured. After you knead all those salted egg yolk custard into the dough, make sure there's no opening. Double check them. And then you set it aside and wait for 1 hour. While our dough is resting, we cannot rest yet. We're gonna take the pineapple bun crust out from the refrigerator and knead them into 6 small little balls. I'm gonna let you guys in a little secret. If you want to make Asian almond cookie, all you need to do is follow this crust recipe and add some almond. Pop it in the oven for 375 for 15 minutes Fahrenheit, okay? 375 Fahrenheit. It's perfect cookie. It's delicious. It looked exactly like the same as store-bought. Perfect. After you roll it into the ball, you want to flatten it into a circle. It's really soft, so please be careful. Take your time and put it back onto the top of the bun. If it breaks like this, don't worry. Just mush it back together and it will become perfect again. Now you want to brush the top with the egg wash. Do you hear that beep? That means my oven is preheated at 375 Fahrenheit. We're gonna put those baby in for 20 minutes. With a blink of an eye, our pineapple bun is done. They look extra pretty, extra handsome, and they smell like heaven. I can't wait for you guys to try it. This pineapple bun with super crunch. Listen. This crunch is perfection. The outer layer, the coloring is on point. Salted egg yolk is the bomb. You guys gotta try it. The best菠蘿包. Best Hong Kong pineapple bun with like custard in it. The custard is salty, it's salty egg, and it's delicious. Of course, you need milk tea. I like the crust. If you like my video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.